Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Happy Pipe Week to everyone. And welcome to Mayhem in Maryland. I wanted to use the Thriller in Manila, but that was already taken, so it has to be the Mayhem in Maryland. All right, not too funny. That's why I'm not the funniest guy on YTPC, and Doug is. First, some housekeeping, and then we'll get to what we're going to be doing tonight. I am smoking my brand new, just received today, Savinelli 628 Punta Oro, and this is the edition with the blue-brown stem. Thanks to my daughter for Father's Day, I got a couple of smoking pipe gift cards, and this is what I got with it. And although I got it today, this is my, don't yell at me, but this is already my third bowl through it. I'm smoking gently. Inside is Savinelli Doblone d'Oro, a very nice vapor. So every time now I smoke this pipe, this is going to be my Father's Day pipe from my daughter. Okay, so onward to what we're going to do, and it's what everybody in the YTPC and anybody who smokes a pipe has been waiting eons for. Pipe cleaners. Yes, we're going to talk and test out some pipe cleaners tonight. So I'm going to take my pipe, I'm going to put it off to the side, as this will be a very awkward video to do, as I have previously tried to record this once before, but this is a second redo, and I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to pause here as I flip the camera around and get to what's all set up here and show you what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and I won't bog you down with everything, but you'll see the end result. So just stay tuned until I get this camera flipped. And we're back. So look at what we have here. We have 6 pipe cleaners, 6 different brands. We've got Blitz, we've got BJ Long, we've got Fallon, we got Dills, we got Decatur, excuse me, and we have Brigham. And what I have done is, for each one of these pipe cleaners, we're going to run 3 tests on these. We're going to test, here's my fancy-dancy chart here, with each one of the brands listed up top, and what we're going to measure. We're going to measure the bend. How are we going to measure the bend? We're going to take this 9.3 gram weight, and we're going to put it on the end of a pipe cleaner, and we're going to hang it over this very precise edge of Radaray's Marlin Flake. So we'll show you that a little bit too. And so we're going to see how that bends, and we will measure the bend. So what I've done with each one of these pipe cleaners is, you can see that little marking on there. That's 5 inches from the end. Took the handy dandy steel rule, and I marked off, you could see, hopefully, 5 inches. Let's do it this way. Methodology is very important here. So I've got 5 inches from the end to there, because each one of these, even though they're all 6-inch pipe cleaners, there's variances. So we're trying to make this so precise, of course. So how are we going to do this? As I said, I'm going to take the weight. It has a little eye hook on there, very convenient. And I'm going to slip it on there. I'm going to keep it as close to the end as possible. Again, I'm going to take my handy dandy Radaray's platform here, and we're going to hang it right at the mark. As you can see, the mark is going to be on the edge, and we're going to let the old boy dangle. And what I'm going to do is, after it stops bobbing, I'm going to measure from the tip down to the table, and we'll see which one has the biggest bend. So that's one thing we all care about is strength of the pipe cleaners, right? Then the next thing I'm going to do with my handy dandy calibrated scale, and we'll shift that over just a wee bit, I will measure each one at a dry weight. In this case, we're at 0.85. And then I have a very nice bowl of water right there. And we're going to soak it, and then we're going to weigh it again. And we'll see what the increase is as a function of percentage. And again, we'll be writing all of the data down, bend, what the dry weight is, what the wet weight is, and then I'll indicate the percentage of increase. And then, as you can see, we're going to test shedding. So how are we going to do that? Well, I've got this Henkel's Shuntu knife. Okay, pretty heavy sucker. And what I'm simply going to do, this will be more of a notional look at things, but I'm going to lay it down. This is so awkward to demonstrate, but I'm just going to use the knife's weight at the very beginning, let the knife rest, and I'm going to pull the pipe cleaner right through, and with the knife resting on it, and we'll see how much these shed. So, like I said, I'm not going to do all the pipe cleaners on video because this would take forever. But let's see if we can, demonstrate one, and then, like I said, I'll be maybe do the first measurement on one. Then I'll cut the video, and I will record all the measurements of that one, and then show you the results, and then we'll go on to the second step. So, with that, first one up is the Blitz system pipe cleaners. Okay, and as I showed, we're going to put the little weight on as very end as possible. Let's get Mr. Knife out of the way, as they won't be needed for a while. And again, I'm going to position that dot right on the edge and let that dangle. Then we'll take our little ruler here. And although the camera angle isn't showing very well, I'm going to say we are about 2.5. That's 2.5 inches. So with that, we'll put you off to the side now. And I am going to, with my Lord of the Rings Eye of Sauron Monte Grappa fountain pen, I'm going to record the bend at 2.5. And we'll just do one more. We'll do the BJ long. So we'll get this guy loaded up here with the weight. It's close to the end. We'll put to the edge. Oh, that went down pretty far. Okay, so what do we have here now? We are at 1.5. 1.5. So obviously, the higher the number, the better off this will be. So 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video here, do the remainder, come back, we'll take a look at the numbers, and then we'll proceed onward. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're back, and I revamped things a little bit while we were away. So what I did was, as I had shown the first cleaner bending and gave the number, it was like, that's a little bit, you have to kind of reverse interpolate that. So what I did was I measured the height of the Rad Race tin. The tin height was 4 inches. So the numbers I got, I actually, when I was measuring it, it was from the table on up. Then I subtracted it from the 4 inches. So the Blitz bent only about 1.5 inches. The BJ Long bent 2.5 inches. The Vallon was the strongest of them, and that only bent 1.1 inches. The Dills was very bendy at 2.6. The Decatur, 1.4. And also the Brigham was also 2.6. So that's the bendy stuff. Next, we are going to take the same cleaner with technical water here, and we're going to do the weight. And I'll do the same thing. I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'll do the first one. We'll get this zeroed out, and we'll start recording here. So the dry weight is 0.84. So let's make note of 0.84, writing it down. Isn't this exciting, guys? Man, what we do. Next, I'm going to submerge it in water all the way. We got some dye coming off. We'll let it drip for just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll drop it on. And now we're at 2.9. Okay. Pretty absorbent there. Okay, let's get this guy off to the side. We're back to 0. And then just for giggles, that was the Blitz. We'll do the BJ Long next. Starts out at 0.67. Little lighter than the Blitz. And again, this is in grams. We will do our little submersion here. Make sure we get everything nice and soaked. Let it drip out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We had a little water dribble onto the scale, which is going to create a bias. Okay, we're back to 0, you can see. And now we're at 1 gram even. Okay, so I'm going to continue this, put on pause here, and I'll do the remaining 4, come back and show you what we've got, and I'll do the calculations about the percent increase. So, hang in there, we're still rolling along. Okay, so we're back, and just the quick stats here. So the Blitz started off at 0.84, and ended up to 2.9. Pretty highly absorbent. The BJ Long started off at 0.67, went up to 1 with a 0.33 change. Not too absorbent there. They're much thinner, cleaner too. The Vallon started off at 1.0 grams and went up to 2.39. Not bad. The Dills, also pretty thin cleaner, started at 0.68, went up to 1.07 with a 0.39 change. The Decatur started at 0.82, went up to 2.84 with a 2.02 change. A very absorbing cleaner, very comparable to the Blitz. Looks like those are almost one and the same in some regards. And then the Brigham is started off at 0.84 and went up to 1.66 with a 0.82 change. So, from an absorbency point of view, it's really clear that the Decatur and the Blitz, very, very compatible pipe cleaners. And going back up to the bend, definitely the Vallon is definitely the strongest by far. Maybe it has a thicker wire in it, whereas the BJ Long and the Brigham and the Dills all came in pretty flexy there. Again, the Blitz and the Decatur, very, very comparable. So we're going to look at the shedding. And this one, put that off to the side. We're going to try doing it this way. And you guys may criticize, but this is just going to be all visual. So let's see if we can get back down into this a little bit. Let's put this a little closer. Zoom down tighter there. Lock that in. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put any pressure on the knife to push down. I'm just going to let the weight of the knife do its thing. And I'm just going to run it back and forth a few times, or I'm going to run it maybe 3 times. I'm going to scrape and see what comes off. So, well, got some fuzzies coming around. You can see. Yep, a little bit of fuzzies came off. So, well, we'll see how it compares to the others. So, we'll scrape that off. And we'll go with the BJ Long now. I can see that the BJ Long, yeah, it definitely got much fuzzier than the Blitz did. So I will say the Blitz is still less fuzzier. Yeah, definitely. So I'll put that off to the side, and we'll take the Fallon pipe cleaner, and again, and not too bad. These, not too much came off. Very good shape. I could definitely feel that the wire is definitely much stiffer in the Fallons than the others. Now we'll move over to the dill. And, oh boy. Yeah, the dill, definitely I saw things just flying off the pipe cleaner. Hopefully that picked up, and you could see very, very fuzzy. So I'm going to say that the dill came in behind the BJ Long. Now we'll take the Decatur. Again. Definitely got some fuzz off the Decatur. It's dangling from the knife there. I would say the Decatur is definitely came out a little fuzzier than the Blitz did. So, you know, kind of fuzzy there. Now the caveat, and I did indicate that on the score sheet there. This is a bristle pipe cleaner. The Brigham is a bristle cleaner, so it did pretty well for the absorbency test. Not so great with the strength test, which I was, really hoping it would do better, being that this is used for really a hard clean. But it is very, very flexy. And we'll do a scrape on this guy. And not too much came off. I can definitely feel that some of the nylon bristles got a little smoothed out. Yeah, not too bad. So again, that test was all notional, so I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions on, what sheds the most. But I think from what I saw, the Fallon sheds the least, while the Decatur and the I guess the Decatur and the dill, I think, shed the most. BJ Long wasn't far behind that. And then I think the Brigham and the Blitz about equal there, so not too bad. So that is how we spend the evening with pipe cleaners. So I'm going to pause one more time, flip the camera around, talk to you guys for a second or two, and we'll wrap her up. So stay tuned. Okay, so I really appreciate you guys humoring me, and if you stuck through this whole cacophony of what to do with pipe cleaners. But I thought it was kind of interesting, to kind of get a feel as to what pipe cleaner does what the best. And again, obviously not all the pipe cleaners in the world, but a good cross sampling of 6, I think, is pretty good. And they're all name brands that we're, at least most of us, I think, are familiar with. So, in the words of the immortal Emily Latella, well, isn't that special? But again, I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching what us pipe nerds, I guess, do sometimes and what enters our heads to kind of check out. So, again, I wish everybody a very, very happy Pipe Week, and hope you're all well, staying safe, and most of all, being good to one another. Thanks so much again. We'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.